Dum, 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 dum.
Three, two, one.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Dive Bomb Industries. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Taylor Burt.
Yes.
Can I call you world famous?
You can. I was just going to say I'm taking the place of the world famous.
Yes, you are. Okay.
Andy Shaver.
Taylor is the winner of our 1000th episode, and she is the guest host. And she got to pick me or Andy to do a podcast with, and the girls got taste, and she chose me and not Andy. So, following in with Andy, you got the shitty end of the deal because he has to take care of everything. Now, you're running the board.
I'm trying to run the board.
I've never had to do that. I didn't even know. I honestly, I'm telling you right now, if something happened to Andy, I would have been screwed because I couldn't even do a podcast. I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah, the switching the back and forth on the cameras, I think, is the most difficult, for sure.
He makes it look real easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and Andy's leaving now. He just got done hunting. So Taylor, it's your show. Go ahead, interview me.
Okay. Well, so I told my husband I would start this off with this question because this has been a debate. It's going to be real bad when my in-laws listen to this.
That's okay.
Okay.
Trust me, I've pissed off people from every part of the country, so go ahead.
Okay, do you mind me asking, how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
65?
I gotta grow some hair. I'm 58.
Oh,
I'm gonna be 58.
Okay. I don't actually know how old my in-laws are. But
How old are you?
28.
You're 28. I've got my youngest is 27. So yeah, that could be.
Okay. Well, so like I said, this has been an ongoing kind of. Needless to say, Jason is refusing to accept this, but I'm trying to tell him this is what the truth is.
Okay.
Do you and Michelle still have sex?
As much as I want to. Or no. Let me say that. Not as much as I want to, but anytime she'll let me, yes. Okay.
So Jason refuses to accept.
Oh, his parents are banging like monkeys when they get a chance, or the dad is. That's what you want to know? If his parents are still having sex?
No, I know they are. Well, not obviously for a fact, but
You've never asked your mother-in-law?
No.
Why?
Well, I'm gonna ask her because.
What do you think her favorite position is? See, I'm gonna flip this on her. She thought she's gonna get. You're not gonna bother me. I told you.
I have no idea.
What do you think? You think she's a topper or bottomer, behind, in front? I mean, what are you thinking?
Probably a bottomer.
A bottomer, kind of old style missionary type girl. Yeah. Think she's kind of kinky sometimes.
Probably.
Think she got some toys.
I hope I don't ever come across any.
Well, you know, when they die, you'll probably have to you'll have to move them out, and you'll find them. Those aren't electric ear cleaners.
No. No. Okay. So his mom had surgery today. She's lost a ton of weight. Looks amazing. So she
yeah, she's not gonna like you on this after this.
No, she's gonna be so mad, but it's okay. Had basically a mommy makeover. And so
she got her vajayjay tightened up and everything?
I have no idea.
Ain't that part of that surgery?
I know she's doing like the stomach
and the boobs
stuff today, the boobs later on. And so we've been telling Jason all week, like, Jason, why would...
Oh, yeah.
Of course they are. She's getting this done.
Yeah.
Okay.
This would be more fun if he's in here to listen to this. You know that?
Yeah, he's going to be pissed. But I told him I was going to ask.
Michelle's got 2 sets of bolt-ons. She's on her second set. Have you ever heard this story about this?
No.
Do you want to hear the story?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever said this on podcast. I think I've ever told this on podcast. So I'm guessing it was 18 years ago, maybe. Michelle she saves her money and she'll buy a living room set or she buys something she wants and she'll save $5,000-$10,000 and she'll get whatever she wants. Her money, she do whatever she wants to. It's just cash she saves. So she told me one day, she goes, I think I want to get new boobs. And most everybody thinks the husbands are like, oh, that's bad, you know. I really didn't care. I didn't. If she wanted that and it made her happy, I didn't care. So I went to her to go to the referral or the, what do you call that? Not the referral. What's the word I'm looking for? When you go to the hot doctor, and they go through everything with you. And I can't, not orientation, but whatever it went to. We go and we're going to get a price on it and they go through it. Well, in comes this old German guy. Looked like Ichabod Crane come walking in the door. Dr. So-and-so, whatever his name was. And he comes in and he goes, oh, yes, ma'am. Go ahead and remove your smock. So she takes her top off. And I'm watching this old German guy play with her titties, you know, and he's bouncing them up and down and moving around. And he's measuring, you know, got the tape measure on the nipples, whoop, 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 you know, holding them up and shit. And I'm freaking embarrassed. I mean, I do not get embarrassed very well, which you could tell by that.
Yeah.
But I was embarrassed. And I'm sitting there reading a Cosmo magazine, I guess, or whatever they had. And I just picked up a magazine. And I'm trying to, someone see a guy fondling Michelle's tits, you know, so I'm sitting there watching this shit. So he's fondling them and measuring them and shit. And so we get done and we go in this room. Well, the girl that's the sales lady, that's the closer on the deal, she looks like she come off a fucking magazine cover. Except for her face. She wasn't very pretty in her face. But body-wise, she was a smoke show. She was a perfect example of everybody that worked there. Except we didn't like that doctor. So Michelle went to another guy doctor, and she didn't like him. And then there was a lady in Abilene that did him, and she did a really good job. So anyways, went to see her, and Dr. Bennett, I think's her name. Free shout-out to Dr. Bennett. I also sold her some Shin boots last time she did some, so shout-out to Shin. So anyways, while we're in there, every lady that works at those places look the same. They can't fucking smile because their mouth are all just, they're froze up so much Botox and shit. They're like, hi, how you doing? Good seeing you. So she comes in and they brings at when we went to the third lady, consultation is what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the consultation. So the third doctor we went to is Dr. Bennett, who did it. Will you ask Michelle what the doctor's name is? So I'm not wrong on this. I want to make sure I get it right. Anyways, so Dr. Bennett, the lady brings out some boobs and they're showing you these deals. You know, you got your hands on them and you're touching them and shit, you know. And I did not know nothing about a boob job. I did not know nothing about anything at all. So they're explaining to it all, and I'm trying to listen, but not really listen because I really am embarrassed. So Michelle decides that's a doctor that's going to do it. So we go to the hospital like a week later. We go into the surgery center, and this would have been probably around, I'm guessing 2006, probably 2008, 15 years ago. I'm going to say pretty close to it. And I had played in a golf tournament and I won an iPad. And it's before everybody had, iPads were brand new. They just first came out. Was it Dr. Bennett? Okay. So anyways, the iPads had first came out. So I'm going to play on the iPad while I'm waiting for Michelle to have her tits redone. You know, so I'm sitting up there doing this. And I go to the back and I come out and I sit down by myself, minding my own business. And he's like, Mr. Stanfield, could you please come to the nurse's station? I get up and I walk to the nurse's station. I said, yes, ma'am. They give me the phone. This is Lucille down in surgery. And she goes, we're fixing to put your wife under right now. We'll let you know when we start on the first boob. Thank you very much. I go sit down. Mr. Stanfield, could you please come to the nurse's station? 15 minutes later, I walk over there. Give me the phone. We've started on the first nipple right now. Thank you. I go sit down and this old lady comes up to me. This is a true story, completely true. And she's like, excuse me, sir. I was like, yes, ma'am. She goes, I'm Lucille. She goes, is one of your loved ones having surgery? I was like, yes, ma'am, my wife's having surgery. Oh, do you mind if I pray for you? Pray for y'all? I said, no, I love prayers, you know. So she prays with me. Really nice lady. She goes on her way. I sit down again. Mr. Stanfield, please come to the nurse's station. Walk up there. They give me the phone. The first boob is looking magnificent. We'll let you know when we finish it up. I said, well, thank you. Go and sit down. Well, Lucille's got a friend now. Lucille and Sister Catherine come up to me next. Lucille's got, this is Mr. Stanfield. His wife's having surgery. Sister Catherine, we must pray for him. So now I got these two ladies praying over me and Michelle and her boobs and the doctor's hands. Thank you very much. It's a little awkward now. I sit down again. Mr. Stanfield, please come to the nurse's station. Walk down there again, get up there, pick up the phone. The first one is done and it's magnificent. Just letting you know we're finished. We're fixing to start on with the second one. Thank you. And this is too many damn updates for me. I go sit down. Sister Catherine and Lucille now have got Brother Bob. And Brother Bob comes up to us. Now, Mr. Stanfield, his wife's having surgery today. Oh, we got to pray for him. Or Brother Bob. Brother Bob's like, we got to pray for him. So now they got 3 people praying on me, and they pray for me for 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm embarrassed. I mean, I really am. I'm thinking of all the things God's got to worry about: cancer, car wrecks, and we're praying over some titties now.
Michelle's boobs.
Yeah, I'm like, God Almighty, this is bad. So I sit down, and I'm so freaking embarrassed about this shit. And I feel like everybody around there is watching me because I don't see them praying on nobody else like me.
And they probably think something extremely bad is happening.
Yes. So, Mr. Stanfield, could you please come to the nurse's station so I can get up and walk over there again? We've opened the second one up and things look really good. We'll let you know how it's going. I'm like, okay. Told that nurse lady, I said, don't call me up here again, okay? I go back and I sit down, and I hear Brother Bob. Cousin Carl, come here. Carl's the donut guy. He comes from the church every day, and he brings donuts. Mr. Stanfield's wife's in surgery. Oh, we got to pray for him. Now they've got me standing up, and people are putting hands on me, praying me. I think they've picked up the Mexican janitors over there, and he's got holy water from the Catholic Church throwing them on me. They got a goat coming in, somebody brung in. They got a fire going. They got all kinds of. It's a big production now, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm serious. These people, now there wasn't no holy water and shit, but there's like 6 people got hands on me now. And they're got hands on me, and they're praying on me. Oh yeah, they're jumping and shit. And I'm like, whoa, thank y'all very much. I sit down, and I swear, every 2 freaking minutes she calls my name, Mr. Stanfield. I'm like, God Almighty! Everybody in that place knew who Mr. Stanfield was. I didn't hear nobody else's name get called. I go back up there again. We're finishing up the second one. We'll let you know. I come down, and they got another big production of prayer again. I mean, I'm like on prayer number 7 now. We only got 2 titties. My God, I'm glad she didn't get her hand cut off or some shit. I'm ready to do 5 fingers. So sit back down. They call me again. I'm like, jeez, I'm dreading it. I'm giving that nurse go to hell looks. Like, I told you not to call me up here ever again. Get there and get the phone. We're finished. She's great. You can come back. Thank God. Go over and get Michelle's bag of stuff, and I get my iPad and stuff, and I'm trying to sneak out, and I hear, Mr. Stanfield. Mr. Stanfield. I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, is everything okay? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I sure do appreciate y'all's prayers. She goes, God is great. I said, yes, he is. She goes, do you mind me asking? And I knew what she was going to say. She goes, what kind of surgery did your wife have? I said, well, she got 2 wonderful new tits. Thank you very much. I turned and walked out the freaking door. Last thing I ever said to her. She's like, that slut.
Oh, my gosh.
True story.
Man.
But yeah, you don't buy them if you're not going to use them.
No.
So that's what your father-in-law is probably a happy man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But this is our second set now, because we got another set, and so I had to tell all the doctors about it last time, so everybody in the recovery room heard about it. And I left this time. I didn't stay there. I went and ran errands and shit, and I was like, if something happens, call me. I don't need a nurse to call me, telling me on every procedure. Just let me know. So anyways, what's your next question for me? You're going to get in the room and you're going to think of things you wish you'd ask me.
I know. They told me I should have just made a list.
You should have.
Like a running list. Well, I was thinking about this morning when we were setting up. My brother's here with me.
The one you kicked in the balls and broke his nuts?
Yeah.
I heard that
You've
story.
already heard.
So what did you do? I haven't heard the whole story. I just heard that you kicked him in the nuts so bad it disnutted him.
I don't know what happened to him.
Has he got kids?
No.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah. Well, he had to have been like 6 or 7.
Oh,
and
gosh.
So I'm like 3-4 years older than him. But our parents took us to OU football game. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we lived in Southeast Oklahoma.
What town?
In Hugo.
Been there. That's where Ollie comes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got him from Hugo. That's like driving to Boston, Massachusetts. A long freaking way over there.
Yeah. And so we went to Norman for the football game. And so me and Reese are biological, same mom, same dad. Well, my 2 step siblings went with us too. And so there's 4 kids, my mom and stepdad. And there used to be this hotel called Sooner Legends.
I've seen it many times, tornado chasing.
Yes. And so that's where we stayed when we would go.
That was a big thing too back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. It was really cool. Completely tore down now. I don't think there's anything.
Probably was a crack house for a while.
Probably. A lot of people, when the hotel part closed down, everyone would still go to the bar thing there.
That was the Cat's Meow in the 70s and 80s, that place was.
Well, she's gone now.
Yes.
But R.I.P. So we're at Sooner Legends, and I don't think we'd even gone to the game yet, but he was just that super annoying age and like would pick on me and pester me like little brothers do. And I'd had enough of it. We'd been in the car for 3+ hours, all 4 of us in the back seat lined up. And I was done dealing with him. And so he kept pestering whatnot in the hotel. And I don't know, I can't remember if I kicked him or if I hit him. I don't know. But he, of course, like, grabs himself and he runs in the bathroom. And then he slings the door open and is screaming like bloody murder. And so then I start feeling guilty. I was like, oh, God, like I really did hurt him.
Well, you denutted him.
Well, he starts screaming, Mom, Taylor busted my ball, like so loud across the hotel room. And so, yeah, ever since then, we've said he just has one ball.
So did it break it? I mean, completely? Do you have to go to the hospital?
No.
Well, let me tell you something about getting kicked in the balls. It's the most painful thing in the world. Getting kicked in the balls is worse than having a baby. No, do you know why?
Why?
It's scientifically proven. Have you ever heard a man say, I wish I could get kicked up in the balls again?
No.
Women all the time, I want to have another baby. So if it was as bad as getting kicked in the balls, everybody'd have one child. You're fixed to have your first child, right?
Yes.
Congratulations. How long
Thank
ago?
you.
3 months?
Yeah.
3 months. Boy or girl? We
don't know.
Are y'all going to find out?
Yes.
What are you wanting?
I pray to God a boy.
Why boy?
Because I don't think I can deal with girls.
Well, that's a really good deal because our oldest grandchild is a granddaughter. And she's like a mini version of Michelle. So she's very expensive and can be very bitchy at times. The boys are mini versions of Andy. So they can be kind of grumpy sometimes. So we got 4 grandkids. Both granddaughters are probably pretty high maintenance. Landon's not high maintenance, so like Dylan is. And then Reese and Jameson are complete opposites. And Pearson's going to be like, he's going to be like a little Gronkowski. He's going to be a baller probably. So I don't know. I don't know what's better, a boy or a girl. I love them all the same. Girls are more expensive, but then they get bitchy when they get older. Boys probably are the same the whole time. So I think boys are probably be easier to raise than girls are. Girls get really freaking brutally mean at about 12 years old. 12 till about they die. So
Till they die.
yeah, I mean, I'm 65 now, so I should know this shit. 65, God almighty. Whew.
Well,
Do I act 65? I do act 65? Do I really? Lexi says I act 65. I'm kind of grouchy in my ways about doing stuff. But you know when I feel young is when I scout with the guys. The whole that's the best 3 months of hunting season that's the best thing I like about hunting season is from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock every night I get to ride around the guys in my truck and we get a visit. Because I learned so much shit that I would have never known. Like, I honestly don't know if I knew who Sydney Sweeney was if it wasn't for scouting. And so many things that we talk about, new things I don't know nothing about, and I learned so much in these scouting trips.
Yeah.
So you don't care what you have as long as it's healthy, is that right?
For
answer?
sure. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
So what do you do for work, Taylor?
I forgot to change the camera. I'm a mental health therapist.
Yeah, Dave, boy, you could work here pretty
children.
easy. Oh, for kids?
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy fucking kids these days too.
Yes. And so like the population that I work with, are majority Sooner Care Medicaid kids.
Poor kids.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it is in all health deals. That if you come from money or you have money, you're more likely to be healthy. Now I'm not talking about you're not going to have some genetic issues, but overall health with people that have more is better than people that are poor. Is that a true statement?
I would say so, because so the agency I work for is a community mental health center, which is different than private practice. And so private practice is typically where like your rich people are.
And they got to have better health care.
Yes. They take private insurance.
But they got some fucked up kids. I mean, look at Rob Reiner's kid. He stabbed him and his mom. I mean, that's true. But I mean, that people not being disrespectful. True fact, though.
Yeah.
Rich, spoiled kids. So I'm going to tell you my dealings with kids. You know, I play Santa Claus in town. And I just got done playing Santa Claus, and I'm playing it again Saturday in town for all the kids. I was supposed to go to the school and read The Grinch this morning, but I couldn't make it. And I felt bad. It's the first time I've ever canceled on kids, but I just couldn't make it today. But I love kids and love being around them. And I get my heart broke every year playing Santa Claus. One little boy this year really broke my heart because he wanted stuff I knew his parents couldn't afford. And it really, really, really bothered me. So, and for anybody to ask, yes, I'm making sure this kid's having a good Christmas. Michelle is really good about that. So, yes, that's going to happen. But I do see how bad things are with kids today. When I was a kid, if you were poor, everybody was poor. But the same toys weren't expensive and shit. I've got 5-year-old kids whose parents don't have fucking jobs, and the kid's asking for a new iPhone. And what's crazy is his mom and dad are filming him sitting in Santa's lap crying or bawling and stuff, and they're on his $1,500 iPhone, and they got $300 Nikes on, but they can't afford to get a job. They don't have jobs.
Yeah.
So don't you see a lot of things that break your heart then?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And so, like, I'm at my agency, there's probably, I don't know, 15 therapists. And it's pretty rare to have therapists that like working with the little kids.
How little is little kids?
Like, my youngest right now is 3.
That's from that age though. They can be cute and stuff, but
yeah, cute as can be. But a lot of the therapists like 10 and up, majority.
Those kids are assholes.
Yeah, I do not do teenagers. I can't.
A junior high teacher deserves a raise. I don't care where you're at. If you're a teacher or you work at a junior high, you deserve a raise. The most vile, vicious little bastards in the world are junior high kids. I don't care who they are. They're smart asses. They know it all. They're the worst group of kids there was. If I taught and you gave me, you got to teach between 10 and 14-year-olds, screw that shit. I'd go work at McDonald's. I ain't doing that crap. Because those kids are no fun. Little kids you can jack with. And I do good with kids, and I love kids. But that age frame is a bad frame. So what kind of mental health are we talking about? Are we dealing with kids that have Tourette syndrome?
No. So majority of mine, lots of trauma.
So just they've seen a lot of bad shit in their life.
Seen a lot, had a lot done to them.
That when I was a judge, I had to have a couple of cases. I dealt with some kids that went through some pretty traumatic things, and I would talk to them about stuff, and I'd be like, it's not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of kids out there that get exposed to a lot of shit that's horrible. The kids shouldn't be exposed to.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I like this didn't happen here, but a friend of mine is a coach, and his wife teaches at elementary, and she has to deal with kids in her class. Mom's a prostitute, and the stuff that those kids see and stuff, and that's just kids shouldn't be exposed to that crap.
No.
And drugs, and the meth deal's making it really bad. And the homeless, I guess. Do you have a lot of homeless kids?
Not really, at least not that we're aware of. A lot of the parents that we work with, if they are with parents, we have a ton of foster, adopted, living with grandma, living with aunt.
And the statistics on those kids being productive parts of society are pretty small.
Yes. And so if they are still with their biological parents, they've been DHS involved so countless amount of times. And so they get to where they know what to say and what not to say. And so if they come in and they tell us, I've been sleeping on such and such corner for the past, 3-4 nights. And then depending on how you approach it as a therapist, probing more, or do you just leave it at that? More than likely, you're going to end up having to report it.
I knew a person that was going through some tough times financially and tried to get into a government apartment and said, hey, can you help me out a little bit? I can't even get into government apartments. I go, why not? It's just because there's so many. It's backlogged with single moms with 4 and 5 kids, and it says if you're just a single adult male, you can't get in government apartments hardly at all anymore.
No
matter what the situation is, because they're overran. See, ours out here, we have openings, and we have a lot of we have a lot of older seniors that live in our government housing, and that's pretty normal. But in the big cities, I guess they're just overran.
Yeah, and like we have, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 shelters that I can think of off the top of my head. And we have some that are strictly for just women and children. But yeah, they're so full. I mean, we had a instance a while back of a family with mom, 2 kiddos that had been sleeping on the street. And so we were trying to find somewhere for them to go that night. And all the shelters that we could get them into were full.
Amos, go.
And so luckily we were able to work with somebody to be able to put them into a hotel for that night because they were waiting on some housing options.
Amos, get out of here. So, have you had to deal with any kids that were manic depressing?
Like what do you mean?
Like where they're homicidal almost?
Oh yeah. Lots of homicidal, lots of suicidal.
That's such a sad deal. Have you ever been around people with Tourette's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's some funny sides of Tourette's too. Have you noticed this?
Yeah.
I was in Vegas one time and I was walking behind a guy back when people used to carry buckets with change in them, and he had Tourette's. This black guy, he was in front of me, and I didn't know that he had Tourette's. He just some guy walking down the street and walking down the strip, and back I don't know, 20, 30 yards, he'd scream, "Motherfucker!" and he'd scream and shit. These fucking people would be having their buckets of change, and it'd scare them, and they'd jump and they'd drop change and shit. I followed that guy for 3 miles. I laughed so damn hard just watching. Everywhere he'd go, I'd go just to watch him. And then I thought, man, that would be a terrible disease to have. I mean, you just blurt shit out. And there's a lady on Instagram that's got Tourette's that drives a cab.
Oh, I haven't seen.
And she gives them all a card, lets them know she'll be like, "Motherfucker," when she's driving down the road and shit, and holler at people. And then she'll be like having normal conversation, like me and you're talking. And she's like, "You stupid son of a bitch," and then start right back. I mean, don't even break stuff at all. And I laughed so hard. And then she had a guy that had Tourette's that got in the car with her one time. So they just cussed at each other the whole way to the ride. It was great.
Yeah, we don't see it a lot with kids. Because I feel like a lot of that typically is substance induced.
Tourette's is, you think? I could see that probably more because that's not a kid's disease. I guess until you said that, I've never noticed a kid with Tourette's.
I mean, not that I can think of off the top of my head, and I don't know what, all the research and whatnot is. But
Down syndrome kids. Do you have a lot of Down kids?
No, surprisingly.
Those are the sweetest kids in the whole world.
Oh, I think they're adorable.
I've got a friend of mine that's got a Down syndrome, a son, and I follow one called Baker Banner that's on Instagram. This kid and his sister, and they argue and stuff all the time. But and that kid can be a horse's ass, but just the loving, caring. It's like an innocent junior high kid most of the time, pretty innocent. Like the Baker Banner kid wanted his aunt to take him to a strip club in Vegas. Okay. He's 30 years old. He drinks beer with his dad and shit. And I thought, I don't know if that's legal. I mean, that's taking advantage of someone that's mentally handicapped.
Yeah, because I think if
he's putting $100 bills in G-strings, would that not be a little illegal? I mean, you don't need a guy like that making it rain.
It would definitely be questionable.
Yeah, I would think so too.
The whole
they don't have
how the power of attorney stuff works.
I mean, they don't have like Down syndrome field trips to the strip clubs.
No.
I mean, that don't happen. When I was a young man, since I'm 65 now, back when I was a young guy, so it'd have been 51 years ago. I was like 12 or 14. I worked at Oak Farms. I worked on it as a swamper on a milk route. Mm-hmm. Fun job. But anyways, so I was there, and one of our places we went to was a house with mentally handicapped people. And they were, looking back now, probably were some Down syndrome and just mental problems. Anyways, did you know they had to give those patients they had to keep condoms around there because of the sex and stuff that they were having with each other.
Yikes.
So you taking a whole group of those people to the strip club may not be a good idea.
What do you think those strippers thought when...
If she took him there, she's probably thinking that's $100 bill.
Yeah, they probably don't
You
care.
think you really think a stripper cares who's giving her the money? You think she's like, no, he's special, so here's his money back? No.
Well, I would hope they would have a little bit of...
I can't believe that you could. I just can't imagine. Could you imagine going to a strip club and there's a guy with Down syndrome in there throwing money on stage? I mean, somebody somewhere would be like, this isn't right. But the kid wanted to go. The kid wants to go.
But I mean, the amount of people that go in there and are cracking up at...
Oh, that would be quite the scene.
Yeah.
But but that kid on Baker Banner, he told his aunt he wanted her to take him to the strip club. She's like, I'm not real comfortable doing that. You know, they'll be without clothes.
Well, I mean, I guess if he asked to go,
and he's of age,
it's not like
because he drinks.
She was like, "You got to go to the."
Like he loves to drink beer. Like he'll have a beer with his dad, and every time when they go out and eat dinner, he'll have a margarita, and he had tequila shots one night. And I'm thinking, I was thinking that's got to be. Yeah. Have you followed them yet? It's Baker Banter
I'm sure
on
I've
IG.
seen him.
He's got glasses. His name's Derek. And he loves wrestling. Hell, he's met Jelly Roll. I mean, he's
oh my gosh.
Someone in his family has cashed in on his Down syndrome. And he's an interesting little kid. Or not kid, he's 30-something years old probably. Hell, he fucking might be 65 like me. But anyways, he put the dog collar on. They got one of them electric fences. And so he wanted to put this electric collar on him. So he put it on his neck and shit. And he walked until it would go off. His dad said, this is not a good idea. Oh, just mind your own business. And he,
mind your own business.
Go there and got his ass shocked and walked back. But
oh god,
and he's very pushy about his shit. Likes to do things his way.
Yeah,
and he has he likes the same thing all the time. And he wanted Arby's one time. And the Arby's closed by the house, and his mom said, "Now, Derek, the Arby's is closed." Your dad told me. Dad doesn't know what he's talking about. And so they drive through Arby's and it's closed. She goes, I tried to tell you, that sucks. Or they're not closed. Go inside. It says closed right there. So I guess they had the same deal. So you're dealing with 3-year-old kids. I don't know how you do that kind of job because Michelle has got two degrees, and one of them she's a teacher. And she at one time had talked about becoming a social worker. And I was like, bullshit on that. I'm putting my foot down because we would have 18 kids living with us if that happened. You have to be able to turn it. It's like a police officer. Police officers get the worst. Everybody always bitches about cops. They don't realize what a cop sees in a day, a lot of them. And some of the shit they see and some of these social deals that they have to work on with these kids and needing to call CPS and all this stuff. Yeah. They don't understand the heartbreak they see on a day. So why is a cop not in a bad mood sometimes? Everybody lies to him. 9 out of 10 people he deals with are lying to him.
Oh, yeah.
And then he sees the worst shit in the world that could happen. And a lot of it's to kids. And that's why people anti-cop, you can't imagine what life would be if we didn't have them. And you can't imagine the shit they have to see every day.
For sure.
And social workers the same way. You don't have one call that you get on that's something that's good.
Very, very, yeah.
I mean, every call. I mean, what would be
DHS related?
What would be a good call for you to get? There's not.
Oh no, DHS, CPS related. No.
It's always neglect, abuse, incest, something like that. Every call you get is that way.
Yeah. Well, I got into it. I guess really when I was thinking about this not too long ago, because people ask you all the time, like, why do you do what you do, and how do you do what you do, and I remember when my mom and dad got divorced, and I don't know if maybe it's like a Texas law thing, but we had to go see a counselor.
No, it's probably court appointed. I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think every divorce the kids have to go see a counselor.
Okay.
I think that's probably some judge that's friends with someone that's a counselor, and it's a court appointed counselor. So that counselor's making an extra $500 off every divorce or something to go visit with the kids. I remember going maybe once or twice, and I couldn't tell you what went on there. Nothing. And I had to have been, I don't know, 7 or 8 then. But after that, I didn't really know what a counselor or therapist was. That just wasn't
a thing.
So when you were in college, you just woke up one day and thought, you know what, I want to counsel kids.
Well, so I played softball in college.
At OU?
No. God,
I was going to be awful fucking impressed. That's the place.
No, I went my first 2 years to Murray State in Tishomingo. And then I transferred to, it's called Mid-America Christian University in Oklahoma City, and did my last 2 years.
Did y'all ever play against OU?
No, thank God. I couldn't imagine. No.
You know who the reigning national champions of softball are? Texas Longhorns.
Oh, my gosh. Are you really a Texas fan?
Yes.
Oh, hell. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Y'all haven't scored a touchdown on us in 3 years, so just because y'all are going to the playoffs, it's no big deal.
Hey, I don't know how.
So y'all think y'all are going to beat Alabama, really?
I don't know.
So you don't have no faith? No.
I'm not going to be shocked if we lose.
I'm not. I think Alabama wins.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we do. I don't know.
I got a good friend of mine that's a senior at OU right now, and he's beside himself that I'm just not really pulling for the Sooners. I as long as Ohio State don't win or Miami, I won't care who wins. And Ohio State probably will win, if I was guessing. So ask me some questions now. We've talked about you. You said you wanted to ask me stuff. What do you got? What else you got?
Okay, when y'all don't have the exact same guides every year, correct?
That is very true. We go through a turnover every year of 1 or 2 guys.
Okay.
Which is very common in this business.
Yeah.
We have been blessed. Blake is on his 10th year.
Oh, dang.
And Blake's last day is Sunday.
Oh.
And Blake will be staying in Nebraska next year and run an operation. We're gonna hunt December and January up there.
Nice.
And that's gonna be a very touchy moment for me. I'm really gonna miss Blake. Blake drives me fucking nuts and gets on my nerves so bad. But he's just like one of my kids.
Well, I mean, he's been here for 10 years. That's crazy.
That's the longest tenured guide we've ever had. I've had 3 guys that went 8 years.
Dang.
And I had all 3 of them at the same time.
Did they all leave at the same time?
Yes, everybody left the same year.
Oh, that's tough.
But I had some other guys that was here, so we just transitioned.
Yeah.
In this business, it's a sad deal, but that's the way it goes. Like Happy, this might be Happy's last year. I don't know if it is or not. But Blake and Happy will not. For sure, Blake's not going to be here next year working for us at the lodge here. He'll be running Nebraska for us. But Happy is going to maybe grow up and go on. He's waiting for his parents to move out of the house. You heard this story?
Well, I heard y'all giving him crap in the kitchen.
Like, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. I'm hoping my parents are going to move out. Why would your parents move out of their house? It's their house. Ryan Fox told him yesterday, he goes, what are your parents? I said, his mom just retired from teaching. He goes, she ain't moving out of the house? I said, hell no. But I mean, he just actually thought, I said, when they move out, it'll be to the nursing home or to the funeral home. That's it. They're not moving out of their house. But Happy, I don't know if Happy will be back next year. So Nolan and Jed and Jose Snacks will be here. And then Andy will be the old man. But that's that's this business. And I'll hire a couple of new guides. And, if I get 4, 5, 6 years out of a guy, it's a good, but every outfit's that way.
Yeah.
You don't find very many guides that are over the age of 30, 35 years old is old for a guide.
Well, I feel like, because all of your guides come from out of state, right? Or at least
everyone except Fisher is from out of state.
Okay. So they're having to leave their home for how long are they here?
3 months. They go home at Christmas for a week. And when we hunted in Oklahoma, which we ran an Oklahoma operation for about 5 years, and we've just down in Texas now. But when we were in Oklahoma, I would have to go up there sometimes I was there. I think the longest stretch I probably was ever there was I was probably 20 days, maybe 3 weeks at a time. And I was only 2 hours from home. So I could come home and do stuff. Like I could come home and do payroll in the evening, do payroll and get up and leave early in the morning at 5 o'clock and be there at first light when we were hunting. So, and I've done that many times, but you just go with it. And that's part of that whole operation. And I accepted it. But I said that one time to someone, I said, God dang, I've been away from home for 9 days or something. You ought to try for 3 months. And I thought, I didn't think about it that way. That's true. Because this is a home for them, but it's not a home for them. But I think working here is different than a lot of lodges because you've seen the family table back there.
Oh, yeah.
We have our own family, and the guides do. We go out and talk to the customers and stuff. And I'm the one that goes out and visits with everybody. They talk to everybody, and then you're with them in the mornings. But they all go sit, and they have their own conversations, their own stuff that's going on. We have a lot of things that we do together as a group. But I don't think very many hunting lodges are the way we are. I mean, Michelle goes out of her way. They have snacks. If you'll notice, have you ever seen the food that's on that table in there? There's Little Debbie's in there. There's Christmas cakes. There's if a guy mentions he likes something, if one of them come in there and said, I liked caramels, Michelle would probably buy caramels next time we go to the store. So that it's kind of like being at home for them. And then they've got a lounge at their place, but they always like to come to my freaking office and sit. So I ran them out there all the time. But they've got a lounge area in there where they live at. They've got big screen TV, a couple of stuff. They watch Landman. They have movie nights they do together. I mean, they have things they do, lots of activities like Step Brothers, but they have stuff that they do together. But it is something that it's a very transitional job, and we get them for 3 to 5 years usually.
Well, I think how you mentioned not many of them are over the age of 30, and I would imagine because typically by then you're married, you're having kids, you can't. You can't go 3 months away from
most times you
your
cannot.
Kids.
Now, I'm going to give a shout out to the guys that work in the oil field or any job that's gone for 2 weeks or 3 weeks on and 1 week off and stuff. Saw a guy talking about this on Facebook the other day, and he's on an offshore rig. And I think he's gone for 6 weeks and comes home for 2 weeks or something. I mean, and it's year round, but he's making $300,000 a year. And that's one of the things, you're sacrificing your time at home with your kids to make a lot of money. And that people don't realize that when you travel a lot, that's one of the things you're sacrificing is getting to be with your family. But to make that money to be able to afford the toys and the nice things and going to do stuff, you have to work, and that's one of them. So it's that way with a lot of jobs. This job here is not financially rewarding like working off an offshore oil rig. I'm not going to kid nobody. But how many people get to hunt and make a living getting to hunt? And so I tell guys all the time, go live your dreams. And if your dream is you want to try to be a hunting guide, do it while you're young before you get a family. Because there's some shit I'd like to do now. Well, I can't. I have responsibilities. I have to be here at a certain place. I have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't run for county judge, and I probably would have won county judge in Knox County this year if I'd have ran, because I don't have time. I'm too busy at the lodge November, December, January to be county judge. So I can't do it. And now that's not my dream, but I'm just saying you have opportunities. So before you have responsibilities and you're 20 years old, go do it. If you don't have kids, go do things that you want to do. I passed up an opportunity when I was 20 years old, and I've never forgave myself for it. And it was I had a chance to be a entertainment director at a resort in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh,
we were on vacation there, and they had like an amateur night. And I got up and told jokes and shit. They called me back in this back room, I was at the pool that morning, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Mr. Stanfield, yes, Senator Taliban would like to talk to you, sir." I was like, "Huh?" He's the owner of the resort. Okay, and I walk through this kind of bamboo-looking garden and shit there, and I go back there, and this dude looks like Carlo Montalban in a white suit and shit, and he's eating breakfast, the ocean coming around, and he's like, "Sit down. Would you like some breakfast?" I was like, "No, sir." I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?" He offered me a job, and I didn't do it. I was dumb. I was 20 years old. I didn't have nothing to do at home.
Yeah.
Had some girl that went out with 2 or 3 weeks. And thought, probably my girlfriend can't live without her or whatever. I mean, just whatever it was, but I couldn't, And probably 2 weeks later, I never spoke to that girl again the rest of her life. Probably best thing ever happened to her. But, I mean, I passed up a chance to do something. Now, I love what I do, but that would have been fun. There'd been some damn good stories. Say you lived in Mexico for 6 months and lived at a resort.
Yeah.
And so that's what the guides go guide. If you get a chance, if you're a young person listening, we have a lot of young people, and you want to go guide somewhere, go do something, fishing guide, hunting guide. You want to work on a crab boat in Alaska, go do it while you're young and you have no responsibilities other than yourself. Because you're going to have lifetime adventures and experiences and stories. There ain't nothing more boring than an old man that didn't do nothing his whole life.
Yeah.
And
all and living with the regret of not going.
Yes. Don't be a Jeff Stanfield. Don't regret that you didn't. Now, I've lived my life and my dream, so I don't have any regrets. But I wish I would have done that because I'd have had some cool stories. Maybe I got kidnapped by a drug cartel. I mean, who knows?
True.
But I mean, I've got tons of stories anyways. But I couldn't imagine that'd been another chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I tell people that these guys that have worked here, I met one of my old guides was at Game Fair. I guess 3 years ago, we were with Boss. Me and Andy were in Minnesota. And a guy come up to me that worked for me when he was 18 years old. He worked here 2 years. Great guide. And him to come up to me and tell me stories and stuff. I hadn't seen the kid in probably 20 years. But when he was 19 and 20, he worked here for 2 years. He was a good hand. But he had opportunity experiences that he was telling his kids, that's a place I worked at when, and I told you that. And he was talking about stories of shit. Well, that's a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's more of a guy thing than a girl thing.
Maybe. I mean, I was pretty dead set because I mean, me and Jason have been together for 10 years. We met when we were 18. And for like the longest time, of course, like his parents, my parents are, do all your things while you're young, before you all get married, before you have kids. And so I am thankful that we listened.
That's very good advice.
Yes, because like we went on an Alaskan cruise, and like, yeah, you can take your kids with you, but it's not the same. It's
you need a pre-child things to do. Mm-hmm. Now we have an empty nest at our house, so we can go do stuff all the time. We don't have that, but I would give anything to be back and have 3 boys living in the house and doing all that shit all over again. So greatest time in people's lives. I see people in stores all the time. I saw a guy and his kid the other day at the grocery store. Me and Michelle's going through there, and this kid's grabbing stuff, and the dad's on his ass and stuff, and this other kid's whining and shit. He kind of looks at me. And I said, buddy, what? I said, it's the best time of your life.
Yeah.
He goes, everybody tells me that. And I said, trust me, from an old guy, 65-year-old man, you need to enjoy this, because when it's gone, it's gone. And I know it's frustrating at times, and you stress about providing for your kids, but the best time in your life is when you have those kids and you get to live. Because when you get to be old, we live for our grandkids now. Mm. But we miss now I say that shit, you can get over it pretty quick probably, but that's the best time of your life is coming up. But you needed to do that shit before, because it's going to be a long time, because you're going to be 20 to 25 years down the road before you're able to go do a lot of stuff. When you have the freedom to the time is the freedom. Because for the next 20 years, everything in your life is going to be scheduled around your child's life. And, And the baby part is pretty damn easy. It's when they start getting into sports and extracurricular activities and all that shit. And then you're going to wake up one day and you're going to have Monday, you're going to have T-ball. Tuesday night, you're going to have dance. Wednesday night, you're going to have some youth deal at church maybe, or maybe nothing. And then on Thursday, you're going to have this. And on Friday, this. And Saturday morning, it's deal. And then Sunday's your only day. And then you wake up and next week's the same week. And you're like, son of a bitch. And then 20 years later, it's all gone. And you're going to be like, shit, ain't got nothing to do on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday now.
Yeah. I know we going to be in a little bit of predicament so one of my best friends is getting married in August in Costa Rica. And I'm due end of June. And so I've already told her, I was like, Sydney, we're just going to have to see how things go. Like, I can't guarantee we'll be able to go or anything. It's not a yes or a no. But I didn't know this. My mother-in-law, thankfully, brought it to my attention. And I don't know why I didn't think about it. But you have to have a passport for a baby.
Yes. That's not born. You probably can sign some paperwork, because I lost Michelle's driver's license on vacation this year. Mm-hmm. So we had to sign I can't remember that. I'm getting old, 65. I can't remember shit no more.
Sucks, huh?
We had to sign the paperwork, and I can't remember what the name of the word is, and I've used it 1,000 freaking times in court, and I can't remember. So anyways, we had to sign a piece of paper. And on this piece, an affidavit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So she could get home, and then I had to call, and I called our local sheriff and had him. I don't remember what happened, but anyways, we had to do that. But at Costa Rica, I bet you could. I don't know if it is. What about malaria shots though? Do you have to get a malaria shot to go to Costa Rica?
Oh, I have no idea.
So how old will the baby be when you go to Costa Rica?
Barely over a month.
I don't know if I'd take a baby over a month old to. I probably would not do that.
Well, I didn't plan on taking the baby.
You can't leave a month-old baby, though.
No.
I'm telling you right now, you think you might be able to, but there ain't no way in hell you're leaving a month-old baby. You will get to that airport and you'll be bawling your eyes out. When you're in the air, you'll be bawling your eyes out. When you land, you'll be bawling. All you'll do is bawl and cry, miss your baby.
Yeah.
The whole time. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I've missed 10% of her life already, which you will have.
Yeah.
That's kind of a shitty mom, really, if you think about it. Be 10% of your child's life, and you're just going to run out on her.
I didn't say I said it's not a for sure yes or no. Okay. Well, then, since my in-laws are so amazing, they brought up...
Is this the ones who getting the new tits today?
Yeah. So we were actually supposed to go to Jamaica the week the baby's due.
I damn sure would be taking having my baby in Jamaica.
No. And so we didn't tell them until at Thanksgiving. So we'd known for a hot minute. And Jason went to him and his dad and cousins. They go to Broken Bow to hunt every year, go camp down there. Well, his dad kept mentioning, oh, the flights are such and such for Jamaica and Jamaica this, Jamaica that. And so finally Jason was like, Dad, me and Taylor ain't going. You'll find out Thanksgiving, but we're not going.
Well, the dad knew that.
Yeah. But so they were talking about, they've already paid quite a bit on their trip. Me and Jason didn't pay shit.
Well, it's because you knew you weren't going.
We found this.
Yeah.
And
Have you been to Jamaica?
Yes, we went on our honeymoon there.
Did you go to Ocho Rios?
No, we did Couples Swept Away.
You didn't go to the river, the Dunn's River Falls?
No, we did not.
Well, y'all were in his honeymoon, so yeah, y'all were busy the whole time.
Yeah. And so, but David and Christy have offered to, instead of, because they were just going to push Jamaica back like a month or whatever and go after the baby's born. And Christy was like, well, what if we go to Costa Rica with y'all and help take care of the baby?
Well, that's the plan then.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I bet you can find out on the passport deal. I bet you'd be good. I don't know what that is.
I Googled it, so I mean.
Did you like Jamaica?
Oh, yeah.
I went there.
I loved
I went there
Jamaica.
in college with 35 friends.
Holy cow.
I got a funny Jamaica story.
That's like a whole resort.
Oh, we had a good time. I have a funny Jamaica story, though.
Okay.
We didn't have no money in college. We're all poor. We're in Jamaica. Yeah. And we didn't have no money. And so we took a private tour to this Dunn's River Falls with all 30 of us. And so our bus driver there, in Jamaica, everybody's trying to scam your money. Everybody's trying to get in your pocket. So the bus driver, he's in on with this restaurant there. So we we just want to grab a cheap, we broke. We want to go McDonald's, and then go to this River Falls thing. So he's like, oh, no. I've got this restaurant here. It's cheap, just like McDonald's. The food is better than McDonald's. So we go to this place called, I think it was called the Ruins at the River or something. It was a fancy freaking place. They had crystal glasses and shit. And I mean, there ain't nobody in our room. There is nobody with us that's got $100 bill in their pocket. Nobody. Now, this is 1988 or 89, probably 90. I don't know, 91. So anyways, we go in there. And it's a beautiful place. It's in the jungle, and the river runs right through there, and everybody's eating outside and stuff. And we get these cheeseburgers that was not McDonald's cheeseburger. They were cost a whole lot more. But we're walking back, and these girls that are with us, one of them goes, "Oh my God, look!" And look down there, and there's this guy taking a bath in the river in this restaurant. Now, this guy is about 6'4" and weighs probably 180. Looks about like Snoop Dogg with dreads. Okay. Eddie Grant, and he's buck naked, and he's cleaning himself. And this fella was very well endowed. Like he could pick it up and like look at it and scrub it and put down and stuff. And this guy comes and screams at him, "Hey, howdy, man!" Blah blah blah. Gets onto him and he flips him off and shit. And the guy puts his loincloth on and just walks back to the beach. But walked all the way up in between all these people and decided to take a bath right there in front of everybody. I was like, boy, Jamaica's something else.
Yeah.
But Jamaica might be the prettiest place I've ever been, but you take the shittiest ghetto in the world and you put pretty water on it, and that is Jamaica. The shittiest neighborhood in Chicago, Memphis, wherever, and you put a beautiful beach and water on it, and that is Jamaica right there.
Yeah. When we were down there, we did this like glass bottom boat thing. But on our way back, the guy driving the boat, he was like, we're gonna, once we get done, we're gonna just kind of like cruise up and down the like beach area or whatnot. And it's like miles and miles of just resorts. And so we're just riding along out there, and he was like, okay, up here, to your left, this is gonna be the nudist beach. And so I've never seen nothing like that.
Bunch of naked people.
Yeah. So I didn't know, what to expect. And sure enough, you look out there, there's probably 30 people out there. But of course, this lady turns around and she's, jumping up and down, and her tits are flanking around everywhere. And so I'm just cracking up laughing. And then Jason's he's like, Taylor, look. And I look out there, and there's a guy just turned sideways and just sticking out like a flagpole. And just holding his drink, just waving.
Happy guy. It's a different world down there, all the hedonisms and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's the first place I've ever been where there's a lot of topless people. There was a chick at our resort. I can still remember this. She was pretty smoking hot, and she was topless, and we was pretty impressed. But most of the people that were topless didn't need to be topless.
Yeah.
And that's the way I've seen most places I've been. Anywhere else, that's kind of the way it usually goes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you got it, then...
Well, some of them got too much that they're out there showing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've been to Jamaica on your honeymoon. Mm-hmm. No, what does your husband do?
He works for, it's an irrigation company, and he does the, weed control. So sprays yards and...
That's what Jed that works for us does. He does mosquitoes and stuff on the East Coast. Year round. That's what, except for he's here. That's another thing about the guy. He's got a job where he works 8 months a year, and then he's off in November, December, January, and February because they're not doing what they're doing. But he does all kinds of sprays mosquitoes on all those big fancy yards where they film Wedding Crashers. And so they filmed it right by his place.
Dang, that's cool.
And that's what he does.
Yeah.
So what are your dreams coming for? Do you like to waterfowl hunt?
Yes.
How did you find our podcast? Did you find it or did Jason find it?
Jason found it. Yes. He was the ringleader and then got us all.
Does he find us to be vile and perverted and grotesque, or?
No, he thinks it's hilarious.
Good.
And it's always, hey, have you listened to such and such episode yet? And I'm like, no. He's like, oh, you got to listen to this part.
Do any of the women at your work listen to it? No. Yes. No.
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't tell them about it? Are you embarrassed of us?
No. I'll tell you, I work with all liberals.
Oh, they would love it then.
Yeah. And so, yeah, when I found out, when I won, okay, first off, I thought you were messing with me when you messaged me on Instagram. That's why I asked. I was like, are you being serious?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't lie to somebody and say, but you know what? That's not the first time it's done that. A guy that won one of Clay Reed, the second guy, George Jensen, won deal. He goes, you fucking with me? I'm like, no, you won.
Yeah, so when I won, I didn't even see your message until later that evening because I didn't have my notifications or anything turned on. Well, they're turned on now, just in case. But yeah, I was, of course, freaking out, and I'm calling Jason. And yeah, I just remember messaging you back and saying, are you being serious? And then you hadn't messaged back. And so I'm calling Jason. I was like, Jason, Jeff just messaged me. Jeff Stanfield messaged me on Instagram and said I won that giveaway. And he's like, no. I was like, yeah, I had to screenshot it and send it to them because then they thought I was lying about it. And so, oh, yeah, I was so excited. I went in the next day, or I don't even know, whenever, and told my boss. And I was like, well, I got to be off because we're going to do this. I have to go. And so everybody at work knows I'm here.
But they don't listen to it because I would offend them. And that's okay.
Yeah. Well,
I've got a lot of people. You know what shocks me is the people that listen to it that I don't think will. We have a hoity-toity lady in town that listens to it, and she told me the first time, and I was like, which one did you listen to? And she goes, I listened to all of them. I'm like, I said, well, I apologize now. She goes, why? She goes, you're just being you. She goes, I like that. She goes, you're just the same as you are in town. I said, I know, but I try to watch my language around you sometimes. Because I do try to around certain settings.
Yeah.
Like around Wyman, I try to watch. I respect Wyman. I don't. Now, Clay, I don't respect Clay because we can talk about the way we want. But there's certain people, so I try to. So when somebody, and a lot of the older people in that area that listen to me, I'm like, oh God, I shouldn't have said that probably. Or, wow. But that's the way I'm in person.
Yeah.
Did you find people at the lodge act the same as they do on the podcast? Is anybody any different?
I don't think so.
We try to be. I mean, we're genuine on the podcast as we are at the lodge. Because if you come to the lodge, it's no different than being at the podcast. I don't think I act any different on the podcast than I do at the lodge. I try to be the same.
Yeah.
And I visit with everybody. I mean, I do. I talk shit. I walk at their visit. But that's what people. That's who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't think anybody Now, my friends outside of work, yes, they will. They all know that I'm coming on. I don't know if a lot of them have listened before, but now that we've told them that I get to do this and stuff, I think they listen now.
You know, every guest we have, we pick up a new listener or two. Sometimes it's hundreds. But everybody, because we do a lot of people from different walks of life. Mm-hmm. Maybe the only podcast they'll ever be on. And then we have people on that are on all kinds of podcasts. But when they come on, though, they'll share it, and then you pick up. It's kind of like life insurance. That's what life insurance is. No, listen, if you're a life insurance salesman, when they get this person to come to work for them, their plan is that they're going to sell their family and friends life insurance. And their family and friends don't want to buy no fucking life insurance, but they're like, God dang, if we don't buy some, who's going to? And he won't leave us alone. So they buy a $50 a month policy that they don't even want. Well, that person quits in 3 months because they can't, after they run out of friends and family, nobody's buying shit from them. But those people keep their, they keep paying the $50. They don't ever think nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shit, we're getting $50,000 a year for 50 months, or for whatever it is. Maybe if something happens to you, we get $50,000. And so they don't ever do nothing about it. Same with podcasts. So we're going to get some people that will start listening to us, and then they'll become regular listeners. Mm-hmm. And it happens. That's why we keep growing all the time. So see, you're helping us grow.
I'll do what I can.
That's right.
Let me tell you how hard I worked on trying to get Riley Green to come on here. So if he ever listens to this, he needs to talk to his manager, because I tried. But so I tried messaging him after I told you. I was like, what do you think? And you're like, well, yeah, if you can do it. I was like, okay, fine.
See, I'm not real good at reaching out to the celebrity deals because I'm not going to pander to them. I ask, and if you don't want to do it, and I've got a couple of mutual friends with Riley.
Yeah.
And I haven't brung it up. Riley knows about our podcast.
Well, hopefully.
But because we're the biggest waterfowl podcast in the world anyway.
Yeah.
And he's a waterfowl hunter, so I'm sure he does. But he might listen to it just for the waterfowl. He might not want to hear the other bullshit. Yeah. If we talk about just waterfowl hunting all the day, it would not be very much fun.
No.
That's what makes our podcast is we don't talk waterfowl that much, even though we're a lodge.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you reaching out.
Some funny stories.
Oh, Riley would have some great stories.
Yeah.
I can tell you about some near misses we had. I've got a good friend of mine that's friends with Parker. We could have Parker on when he first come out, but I didn't want to jack with him really at the time.
Yeah.
Now Parker ain't got time to jack with us.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Rip on.
Yes.
They reached out to us, and we were this time of year, and we didn't have time to jack with him, and then that's another one that's went away.
Yeah.
And there's been about 4 or 5 others just like that of big stars that we've almost had on that something's happened. And then I'm working on a couple right now, but I just do not. My dream person is Snoop Dogg to get on here.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I would love to get Snoop Dogg on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly who this gal was. I guess on Riley's management team or something. She emailed me back and was super nice. And because I had emailed someone and they were like, you've reached such and such, but we'll pass this on to so-and-so. She can give you more answers. I was like, oh, well, I'm just shocked that they even emailed back. And so that girl emails me within like an hour too, quick. And she asked about it, and I told her, who y'all were, what it was. At that time, we didn't have exact dates. And so I said, these are the options. We're not sure which time yet. And she emailed me back, and she was like, well, I guess his tour didn't end, I think, until this past Saturday. And so she was like, well, he'll just be getting off of tour then. So we're probably just going to have to pass for now, but thanks for reaching out, and we'll let you know if something changes.
It's one of those who deals. Like, I know some people that know him pretty well that if he really was interested, or I would like to have him on. That if I was really like going to try my best, I could call them and have them. Because if they ever listen to what we talk about format, because I've had people like that on, and they're like, it was easy to talk to those guys. They're going to, and so it works out kind of well. And then there's some of them I've had called. Ted Cruz, our senator at Texas, he's like, listen, there's no way I can be on their podcast. He goes, I'm not going to gain anything from being on there. I'm not going to gain another vote. Everybody that's going to vote for me already are the guys that listen to them, or the ladies. But there's some things that they might ask me that I probably shouldn't answer. And so it would probably be best if I don't get on there.
For sure.
And I understand that. Mm-hmm. I mean, can you imagine how many famous people, though, that get hit up by shit like that?
Oh,
I can't. They'll laugh. You take a Riley Green. Where can he go and not be driven crazy by people wanting autographs, pictures, and shit like that. Everywhere he goes.
I was one of them. I was one of those crazy people
that would ask him for an autograph and shit.
I did.
Okay, we'll see.
I did.
But that happens. But you want to know something? And I talked to Matt Hughes. He's a UFC. He was a middleweight champion for a long time. Matt's hunted here with us. Good dude. And I asked Matt one time that. I said, do you remember your first fight? He goes, I sure do. It was a bar in Indiana or somewhere. I said, how many people asked you for your autograph that night? He goes, nobody. I said, do you think about that when people ask you for autographs? He said, every time, all the time. And it's true. You don't, when you're a nobody, you wish somebody would ask you about something. And then you get to be a somebody and it gets on your damn nerves. And I don't understand that, because if it wasn't for those people, you wouldn't be who you are. Yeah. So Riley Green or John Daly, who that's another guy I'd like to have on. Anybody like that, they should be appreciative of people, because if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have the fame they have anyways. I mean, they've got God-given ability, but it's their fans.
And God-given looks.
I don't think John Daly's that pretty, but if you do.
Riley Green.
Riley Green's a hottie.
Yeah, he's that pretty.
He don't do nothing for me. He doesn't make me moist. Not at all.
It's hard to when you're 65.
That's right. That's exactly right. I probably need something extra. So your father-in-law, is he excited about these surgeries your mother-in-law's getting? Let's go back to your mother-in-law then, because you opened this up that way. So is she going to get she getting big ones, small ones?
No, knowing her, it'll be very subtle.
So she ain't going to be busting out pictures on Facebook and shit, showing them to everybody? No, you don't think so?
No, because she's going to have a conniption when she listens.
Hears about all this? Because all of her neighbors, do you want to say her name?
I already did. Somebody's going to hear.
Okay, good. What town do they live in?
Norman.
Well, that's a big town. We had a local person here that his wife had a reconstruction boob. No, it's not reconstruction. She's had her tits done. I guess that'd be the word for it. But anyways, he told some people about it. Well, the place that she had them done on, they do before and after pictures.
No.
And she had like a necklace or something that she wore that nobody else did. So everybody in town saw her titties. So he more or less told everybody about it. So
I might need to shoot her a text, make sure she takes her jewelry off.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna be interested about it.
Gosh. Okay, well, when you have new gods come in,
yes,
are they ever like scared to like meet you, like intimidated by you?
I don't know why they would be intimidated. They're coming to work for me. I mean, I no different than anybody else. No. I mean, we own a hunt lodge. I'm no different. What about when they come in and meet Andy? I bet Andy's more intimidating than them because he's such a grouchy ass, and I'm not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Me and Andy have a whole different set of people that are fans of ours. If that sounds kind of cocky, but that's kind of a yeah. I mean, we're kind of pseudo. Like, I don't know. We're not celebrities, but we're. I mean, we're. You know what I'm saying? We're regular people. I'm not. You've been around me. Do I act like any different? No. But we're pretty well known in what we do, and we've got a big podcast. I mean, we've got millions of people listen to it. So, and we go places and we get recognized and stuff. And a lot of times, like we go to restaurants or grocery, we have people all the time come up. People at airports. I mean, it happens a lot. And I don't know anybody should be intimidated by anybody. But I mean, I'm sure some people kind of are nervous about it and stuff. And well, that's what I was going to say. Maybe not necessarily intimidated, but just like nervous. Yeah, I don't. You don't see the guys giving me any respect around this place, do you? They don't treat me like, they give me more shit than anybody probably. But I would bet if they're intimidated about anybody, it's probably would be they're more intimidated by Andy than they are me. I would agree. Than around here. Yeah. But we got people that act different. Like we'll go to shows and there'll be a lot of young people that want pictures with Andy and stuff. And then the older people really, I have a real connection with our older listeners. And they'll come up and talk to me. 65 plus. 65. Typically. The old fuckers will come up and visit with me. And it's the young people with Andy, a lot of the flat bill kids. But it surprises me, the older people that want to get pictures made with you. Mm. And then another thing that really shocks me is the number of ladies that listen to this. We have a ton of lady listeners, and because now they don't mind asking for pictures or an autograph or something or to talk to you. They're more than their husbands is. Like I've had lots of ladies say, "Hold on, I want a picture with you," and and that happens a lot. Squad Fest, any show we go to. We went to what was it? Texas Motor Speedway. It was Ducks deal. We went to that.
and y'all were there, which is probably about when like I first started really listening. Now Jason and then his buddies and stuff, they've been listening for a while. And so, but they're like that. I was like, oh, well, like I have to get a picture with them. And then, they're like, oh yeah, I'll go get a picture. I was like, well, yeah, I don't care. I'm going.
We have lots that we have a lot more ladies that will ask than the husbands. And then you'll get the older guy that shocks you. I mean, like he's like old, like 70 or something, really, really ancient. And they'll come up and say, do you mind if I get a picture made with you? And I'll be like, no, not at all. But that really kind of surprises me when the older, but it'd be really old people that'll do it and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of people that come here to hunt, that come here because they know us through the podcast, and they'll ask me questions, and they'll ask about episodes we do. Like you heard them today at lunch, they were asking. And that's pretty normal, the guys from Indiana, and we have people that do that all the time. But that's what makes life so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes it really, really, that we got a good life. We're very blessed in life. I was thinking about that today. Another outfitter was saying something to me about it, and was talking about just hunting in general. And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, you know how lucky we are? We have some good years, we have bad years. We're going to struggle financially, and sometimes it's really good. I mean, it's just life. It's but no other different any other business. But we truly get to do something that we really, really like to do. And there's not very many people get to do that shit. I mean, there's not very many people that wake up every day and say, God damn, I wish the wind was blowing. But that's what I say, if the wind's not blowing. But I mean, really that enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of pressure on myself for us to have good hunting. And it's been a really hard year. This is the hardest hunting year we've ever had since I've been in business, by far.
Really?
And Tony told me today, Tony goes, he goes, you think that is because we've had some tough years before. You just don't, you said you forget about them. But it's been a really hard year because we haven't had no winter. I mean, there's been zero winter at all. We're going to have a north wind, I think, on Thursday, and the high is going to be 65, 70 degrees. In December, the high should be 35 degrees.
Yeah.
But it's better than if I was a gynecologist. It's a whole lot better.
Yeah. Well, like, we came down last year. I think it was like right before Christmas and hunted. And yeah, that was pretty tough.
I'm telling you, we've had no winter. This is the third year in a row of zero winter. And can't make it be cold. Can't make it wet. We had a great summertime. Like if you'd asked me in July, what do you think your season's gonna be like? I say it's gonna be damn good. We got water everywhere. We got food everywhere. Well, we ain't got no water no more. It rained in August. When dove season got here, we quit raining. We had a great dove season. And we just take some breaks here and there, but every outfitter I know goes through the same things. The guys that are living good right now are the guys that are in Kansas, because we yet to have any winter that's extreme in the Dakotas. It's cold, but they haven't had a blizzard. They haven't had snow. So they get just enough winter to push the birds to Kansas. Kansas hasn't had a foot, 18 inches of snow in years, and they used to get that all the time. And so those guys are living a blessing. I know even the boys in Oklahoma, a lot of them are struggling this year on shooting birds compared to normal. I've got two good friends of mine that do a lot of public hunting around Tulsa that wear the mallards out, have not shot any ducks this year at all. He said ringnecks. They just don't have any. But it's hunting, and that's the business I'm in. I'm not in the killing business. We're in hunting. And we're going to bust our ass to do everything we can to put you on a lot of birds. And we have days we kill lots of birds, and we have days that are slow. But I can promise you're not going to get better customer service than we get.
Oh, for sure.
And we're going to feed you a good meal every night.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I bust my ass in that kitchen to get this meals out.
I saw you back there. Woo. Especially the cookies.
Yeah.
You worked hard on that.
I did, And you noticed some of them were overbaked today. It's because I was in charge of the dough. You heard that. And,
I did, yeah.
And Michelle was a little tardy on getting them out of the oven today. The dessert tonight is maybe Michelle's best dessert. And it's
hard to beat her cookies, though.
Is it Biscoff or Biscotti? Those cookies you get on the airplane. It's
I have no idea.
It's a cheesecake made out of those.
Oh.
I'm telling you, you will. It tastes like a cinnamon cheesecake.
Okay.
It is very, very good, but it's those biscotti or Biscoff, I think is the name of the cookies. But that's the cookies they give you on the airplane. They don't give you shit else, but they give you a cookie and a Coke. But anyways, they make that Michelle had. I don't know if she saw it on some TikTok deal or something, but it's a homemade dessert that she makes out of those cookies. And it is but it's a cheesecake. You'll tonight really, really good. Yeah. Did you like the bread pudding?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was really good. It kind of tasted like a sopapilla cheesecake to me. is what it reminded me of.
Kind of. You know, she used to make that all the time. She had made those. She used to make those a lot. And then the other day she did bread pudding with cinnamon rolls, and that was a new thing. And what'd she do the first night? Do you remember? Oh, she just did red velvet cake the first night. Yeah, because Ryan Fox is here.
Was really good.
And Ryan loves red velvet cake, so she does that when he's here.
Yeah. And
the stew today, I like the stew. Mm-hmm. And the baked potato soup is really, really good.
Oh, yeah. That was very good.
And she had to warm your ham up because you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So have y'all decided on a baby's name yet?
Yes.
Is it Jeff?
No, I'm sorry.
That would have been the fourth one this
Andy.
year. Is it Andy?
I'm kidding.
Well, that would be the first ever.
No, if it's a boy, then it's Bentley Patrick, which is like a family name on Jason's side. And then if it's a girl, Scout James.
Ooh, I like that. So. I like the girl name better than the boy name. And I like Bentley. It's not a bad name, but I like Scout. That'd be good for a boy or a girl. That's a damn good girl's name, though.
Yeah.
There's a book I read that the main character's name was Scout, and I can't remember what the hell it was. There's 2 books. In Kill a Mockingbird, didn't the little girl Scout in that too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kids today don't even know what that book is.
No.
That's
is it
actually
probably
a good
one
book.
of the banned ones or whatnot? Didn't they try to do that?
Probably so, but that's a good book. That's a very, very good book. Atticus Finch. Mm-hmm. I love to read.
Yeah.
That's a really good book, though. Scout. Yeah, it was there, and then someone else has Scout, too, and I can't remember what else it's in.
I can't remember what else.
That's a great book.
Yes. Okay, so did y'all give Happy his nickname, or did he come with that?
What do you think?
I think y'all gave it to him.
Who do you think gave it to him?
You.
Yeah. Happy is Connor O'Toole, and I met Connor the first time I met Connor was at Squad Fest. He'd messaged me 3 or 4 times, wanted to come to work here, and I told him, I said, listen, let me see what I got on, and he called me. Very thorough about following up. And I said, I'm going to give this kid a job. He followed up. I mean, he tried. He really, honestly, so I gave him the job. And he came to Squad Fest with his mom. And I thought, well, that's an unusual guy with his mom. And I'd been down that road before with another guy whose mom called me one day and told me about doing how I should do his laundry and what he likes to eat. And I was like, listen, lady, I ain't doing his fucking laundry and I ain't cooking for him. Well, he doesn't like cheese. Well, then he shouldn't eat cheese then, or he's lactose intolerant. Well, don't eat cheese, He's a grown man now. He's not junior. Anyways, Connor came to Game Fair. Me and Andy were there and we met him, and then he came up and went to work. Well, it was Connor O'Toole, which is a little Irish name.
Which he doesn't look like a Connor.
No, but he looks like a Happy.
Yeah.
And
like
Happy,
that should be his permanent name.
And so when he came in the door, I said, your name is Happy O'Toole. He's like, huh? I said, you're Happy. And so we all started naming him Happy. And now he's Happy, and everybody calls him Happy. One of our good customers, Pete Peterman, good friend of ours, Pete's very vile, and he talks about like I do to people. And Happy came up to him, and he's like, he introduced himself. He said, hi, I'm Happy. And Pete, well, good for fucking you. I'm Pete. But anyways, I nicknamed Happy.
Yeah.
I nicknamed Snacks. A lot of people get nicknames around here. Mm-hmm. I'm a big nickname guy because I can't remember names. I'm terrible with names. I hear 65, getting older now.
Yeah.
But I meet tons of people, and it's funny. I can't remember your name, but I'll remember your nickname. Mm-hmm. And I do not understand. Me and Ryan Fox is a good friend of ours. He worked here. Ryan worked here 25 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was at Andy's wedding. He's a good friend, one of our best friends. He comes around. He's like he's family for us. But anyways, Ryan worked for me for 3 years, 25 years ago, and he had a friend of his that come up and hunted with us, and he kept telling me where to go. You need to turn right over here and go here, and that's that field over there. And I nicknamed him GPS, and that's still what they call him. And that was 15, 20 years ago when everybody had the Tom GPSs.
Yes.
And I nicknamed him GPS. So I'm a big nickname giver, but I named Snacks and Happy, both of their nicknames. Mm-hmm.
So growing up, my dad is real big deer hunter. He used to be, my stepdad. He used to be real big into waterfowl, but then he kind of grew out of that. Deer hunts all the time. And they had, all of him and his buddies, they had CBs in their trucks, their hunting trucks. So like the radios. And so everybody had
a handle.
Yes. I'll tell you some of these handles that are still being used till today.
Are they CB handles or just names they call them?
just names they
Because
call
I would
them.
like to have a CB. Like when me and Michelle go on a road trip, I would love to be able to talk to talk. I would drive her crazy because I would be on the talk. We're talking with truckers the whole time.
Oh yeah. So like mine was tater tot. That's not very fun or cool.
But I see where it comes from.
Yeah. And then my brother's is goose.
The one with one nut.
Yeah, yeah. A one-nutted goose.
She called him Uno.
And then my stepdad's is Wild Bill. And then some of his other buddies, we had Blue Balls was one. Cotton Top. Beer Belly.
So how old were you when this all happened?
I mean, him and my mom got married when
How old are you?
28.
I'm trying to think. I can't believe that people are still using CBs 28 years ago. That would have been 98, 97, 98.
Yeah, I was born in 97.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I graduated high school in 2015. They were still using them then.
See, I just don't, because I grew up during the CB craze of like Convoy, Smokey and the Bandit, because people didn't have, there were no cell phones.
Yeah.
It's not that people didn't have them. They weren't even here. They weren't even invented. There was some car phones of some sort, but I don't even know how the hell they work. But CB radios was a normal mode of communication. So I'm surprised at your age that y'all still did. You know, one thing cool in Knox City is every little town's got its own little things that they do.
Yeah.
In Knox City, the kids here used to play cops and robbers. Did y'all play cops and robbers where you were at?
No.
And there's two different groups that they would be, some people were the cops, and the cops would be at the football field. And they'd have to stay at the football field for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, and the robbers could go hide. And it could either be on foot or in car. One group of kids did it on cars, and they would hide, and they used walkie-talkies, and they would like, you drove by me 10 minutes ago or whatever it is, and then they're trying to find them, and that was the game they played. Well, the other group of kids would do it where they'd run, and like my backyard might be the safe place. So if you got to my backyard, and they'd be running through people's backyards and shit, and there'd be 30 fucking kids playing. But they did the CBs, these kids, at one time did it through their vehicles, and they all had CBs in their radios. So I guess it's happened
with those
more.
super tall antennas in the back. Oh yeah.
Yep. And so that's redneck shit there. See, the big city people don't know. That's growing up. You grew up in Hugo or Norman?
Hugo.
So see, that's why it goes all there. I bet the lady I bought Ollie off of was one of your teachers, because she was a teacher in Hugo, and she sold Labradoodles. And me and Michelle drove to Hugo one evening. Michelle found Ollie, and she goes, "I want him." And so I called that lady, and she's like, "Well, I'm fixing to start school. I teach here and stuff." I said, "I'll come get him tonight." I said, "Where are you at?" She was in Oklahoma. Fucking Oklahoma's not that big.
Yeah.
Until you go to Hugo. And I told Michelle we started going. I was like, Jesus Christ, we're driving to Boston, Massachusetts. Just about. It's a long way to Hugo, Oklahoma from here. You just can't go straight to it. But that's so you grew up in Hugo. One of my good friends lives in. How far is Hugo from Broken Bow?
Probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
My friend lives in Broken Bow now. Fred Ledesma, big head Fred that lived out here. He works at a sawmill there now. But yeah, we went and picked Ollie up. I'm gonna ask Michelle tonight if she can find out, because that lady was a teacher, and I know you know her then.
Probably.
Because Hugo's not a very big town.
No.
What, 2,000 people maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so like my mom's the assistant principal at the high school.
This lady works for your mom, maybe.
Yeah, she probably does. But we didn't go to, we went to school at Hugo for a short period, and I got into some trouble. And so we had to transfer to, it's called Rattan, which is like 15 minutes north of Hugo.
And that's where you played softball at?
Mm-hmm.
What position did you play?
I was a pitcher.
Pitcher. So did you play it? So you pitched good enough to play college ball. But there's a big difference between playing for OU and playing other places.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a friend of mine, Reese Collier. She played at Coastal Carolina last year. She's been with me every year. And she was a freshman there and got to play, and they made the NCAA tournament. And she's transferred, and I can't remember what happened. She's going to kill me for not. I can't remember what school she's going to now. But anyways, I said something about going to OU, and that's just a whole different beast, I guess, to play there. So did you have to deal with a lot of lesbians when you were playing softball?
No, At my junior college,
A lot of them?
I wouldn't say a lot. I think there might have been like 3 or 4 that we knew of.
There was no doubt. Mm-hmm. Like dyke haircuts and the whole thing?
No. None of them had the haircuts or anything.
Because usually I can pick out a lesbian because she has the same haircut I have and built like me.
Yeah. I don't know. It would just like, I don't feel like it was that big of a thing then.
Oh, it
Like
was.
it is. At least like
they
it's
come in
not
pairs.
as talked about like it is now.
There's not a men's sport out there that's dominated by gay guys, I don't think. Probably figure skating. But if you look at a girls, like the WNBA, half them chicks are carpet munchers, at least. Mm-hmm. I would guess.
Yeah.
And then girls softball, there's a big percentage of them are too. Mm-hmm. And what other girl sports are there? Women's softball, outside of football, pro football, college football, high school football, I'm going to put, of all the women's sports, I would rather watch girls softball than men's baseball.
Oh,
I think it's a quicker game. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy the fast pitch softball. I really do. I think it's a great game. Women's basketball is 1960 boys basketball. You know, when people still passed and they shot, and it's not like the NBA. I don't even recognize that sport no more. I couldn't.
I hate watching basketball.
If you said, Jeff, I'll give you $100 a minute that you watch a basketball game, I probably would get caught up and turn the TV, not thinking about the $100, and just forget within about 3 minutes and be like, I can't watch this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's a terrible sport.
I do not care to watch basketball, for sure.
So, bucket list vacation that you'd like to go on?
I would love to go. I've never really been like up into the eastern side of the states. Like we went to the OU Tennessee game.
That's not the eastern side of the state.
No, but that's like
Tennessee.
That's like as far.
Knoxville's a cool town.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It's a beautiful stadium. That's cool, isn't it?
Oh god.
Did you eat at Chesapeake's while you were there?
Is that the one down on the river?
No, it's downtown area. It's the lobster area. Not lobster. It's a seafood. It's a really good food there.
We went to some place right there on the river.
I don't know. I've only been to Knoxville a couple of times. We go there Bass Classic. I'll be there in April again this year for the Bass Classic.
Nice. We're trying to. So obviously we're big OU football fans, even though they're not.
Well, at least
terribly.
At least
they're
you're
not bad.
Well, your brother's not your baby daddy, so at least you're not Arkansas there. So go ahead.
Yeah. But OU's supposed to travel to Michigan next year.
Ann Arbor is a beautiful town.
And so possibly gonna try to go there.
That stadium is really interesting because it's the biggest the big house. It's the biggest stadium in college football, but it does not look like the Southeast Conference stadiums. Like the big, tall, like when you went to Tennessee, that's a massive stadium. It's very impressive. Michigan does not look like that. It's very, it's wide. It's built in the ground a lot. It's a big place, but that's a beautiful campus. Michigan is a really cool campus, really pretty. I would say, I'll tell you the coolest campus I've been to is Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah, we went there when we went to, I guess we were in April. We were in Indiana. We went there, and Tennessee's cool. Ole Miss is a beautiful place.
We went to Ole Miss last year.
So there's a kid here that goes to Ole Miss right now.
Okay.
There's a kid from Ole Miss here right now, and there's a kid from Mississippi State here, I think, right now.
I wouldn't go back to Ole Miss, though.
Hotty toddy, that's the place to go.
The whole, like, a tailgate thing that they have going on, that's pretty cool. There's a crap ton of people.
A lot of old traditions there. The Big 12 schools like Texas and Oklahoma going to SEC, it's a different environment. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you a school that reminds me of SEC school is Oklahoma State. Because it's more, the whole town is built around the college. Like Norman is all about OU, but Oklahoma City is a big metropolis. Stillwater is all Oklahoma State. Mm-hmm. And that's the way that a lot of those schools in the SEC are.
Yeah.
And so that's a really, like Knoxville, everything is built around that. It's a big town, but everything's built around that college.
Yeah.
And Stillwater is that way with Oklahoma. Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State's the same way too. Lubbock is that way, but Lubbock's a big city now.
Never been there.
Lubbock's a nice town. It's a growing town. It's growing big time. Mm-hmm. And Tech's the real deal now. They got that big money to spend, and they're spending it. So you would like to go to the Northeast somewhere like Maine, New York?
Yes. Probably more like Maine or even like the Carolinas.
I've not spent a lot of time in the Carolinas. I've been to the Carolinas, and I've passed through there. I've been to Asheville, where God dang, what's the name of that damn? The Biltmore, the big house there, the Vanderbilt still. It's on like a private eye. That's a really neat place. I like the Carolinas. I mean, they're pretty. The Low Country. I've spent a lot more time like at Charleston, that area, than I have, but I've spent a lot of time in Maine. I mean, we're in Maine about once a year, and I love Maine. Maine's a beautiful place. Maine is a postcard. The Northeast is a poster card, is what it looks like. Like if you go to Woodstock, New Hampshire, or Woodstock, Vermont, right by what's the famous place in damn Stowe, Vermont? When you go that little area right there, and you see pictures, with the leaves and the white church and beautiful. That's the way it looks. I mean, absolutely. They don't have to do any Photoshop. It's that pretty. And that's the way Maine is on the ocean with the rocks and the surf and stuff and the lighthouses.
Yeah.
I highly recommend going there. I think you would, I don't know what kind of weather you like. The Carolinas are hot and humid. Maine and stuff can be humid and hot in the summer, but it's beautiful in the wintertime and the fall. We were there last summer in July, and you had to wear a hoodie every day.
Dang.
I mean, in July, you're wearing a hoodie. That's damn nice.
Yeah.
I mean, from where we live, and same because your weather where you're lit and where I'm at is exactly the same. There ain't much difference between Oklahoma City and here.
No.
Now, if I had to pick a big city to live in, I've said this on the podcast many times, Oklahoma City, if I had to live in a big city, probably would be ranked number one, maybe, of a big city. Now, there's a lot of places I would rather live, but if I had to live in a big city with 500,000 or more people in this country, at one time Fort Worth would have been up there, but Fort Worth's getting pretty liberal in places. Oklahoma City it would be on my top 2 or 3 list. I like to chase tornadoes, so I would really love being there in April and May. But I hate summers in Texas, which I would hate summers in Oklahoma City because it's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
But I like Oak City. Always have.
Yeah, it's not bad. We don't live, we live in Newcastle, so just on the outside of Oklahoma City.
Do you ever go to Trappers Neat?
Yes.
That's my favorite place in Oklahoma City to eat.
do.
We went to the Cattleman's this year when we were there.
Yeah.
Thought it was overrated.
I think so, but I feel like eaten there a million times. So it just like
it's a home
it's
place
just
for
a
you.
Steak place.
It is, but everybody's like, "Oh, you got to go to Cattleman's. You got to go to Cattleman's." And I'm not a big steak guy. Like if I go somewhere else to eat, I can eat a steak here or I eat at the lodge. I mean, we have steak here a couple times a week, and we eat steak in the summertime at the house. So steak's not that big a thing to. I mean, I can make a steak at my house is good. So when I go out to eat somewhere, I like to have like seafood, something I can't have.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking hibachi at my house. I'll burn my house down. So I would rather go somewhere. But so Cattleman's was that way. Where Trappers, I love the quail at Trappers. It's really good. But Cattleman's, and I liked is the bar downstairs or upstairs at Cattleman's?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. That's a cool bar area. And me and Michelle were in Jackson Hole this year, and we went to the Cowboy Millionaires or something, and it reminded me of Cattleman's because their bar area was downstairs, but it was the same kind of deal, like the same setup.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you another place I went to in Oklahoma City this year. I went to the Vault downtown. Have you been there? It's an old bank, and they've got a speakeasy in it. And it was a really cool joint.
It sounds familiar. It's
right off of
sometimes
Bricktown.
You got to be careful. The times down there, just because in the certain areas, and so.
You mean like around what's the name of the street where the airport's on? That exit. We stayed there for Delta this year.
Meridian.
Meridian, yes. Shittiest place in America maybe is Meridian in Oklahoma City.
But even like further downtown Oklahoma City, kind of more on that
outside of Bricktown a little bit.
Like that southwest side, which is where a lot of the homeless shelters and things are, and kind of Tent City and stuff.
The Hampton Inn on Meridian was the homeless shelter of the world. This shit's terrible.
Yeah.
20 years ago, there was nobody. That area was nice because when we stayed at Delta, I was like, "Oh, we've stayed down there 20 years." I'm getting old, so it's like we stayed there before. We've stayed there a couple of times. It wasn't bad because I used to fly.
Back when you were probably about 50.
I used to fly to Oklahoma City sometimes, and so I would fly. I'd stay at the Embassy Suites there by the airport. And we'd fly out. It was nice. Well, the hotel's the same. They hadn't done much to it in 20 years or 30 years. But the homeless people have invaded. What's that bar over there? Cahoots? And we used to go to that when I was in college.
Well, there's Cowboys over
Or
there,
Cowboys.
too.
It used to be
With
Cahoots,
the
though.
big dance floor,
Yeah.
and they do the live bull riding and
It used to
stuff.
be Cahoots years ago. But anyways, that area has really been taken over by the crackheads.
It has. It has. And yeah, it used to be pretty nice because when we would go to Oklahoma City for like state tournaments and things, we would stay over there.
Boy, I wouldn't have my high school kids staying
Well,
there
the
now.
hotel that we would stay in, it's been torn down.
That's a rough area. But Trappers is right there.
Yes. Yeah.
But that is my favorite restaurant in Oklahoma City. I mean, it's a very, very good. If we're in a hurry and we're traveling through, if we don't go Trappers, we go to Cheesecake Factory if we want to sit down somewhere. Because I like Cheesecake Factory. It's right there at the Penn Mall. But I do like Trappers is one of my top. Every town we go to, you can pick any town in America, and if I've been there, I can tell you my favorite place to eat there. And Trappers is it in Oklahoma City.
It is good, for sure.
So what else you got? We've been going now for almost an hour and 40 minutes.
I know. It's gone by fast.
And the best
doesn't it?
conversation is talking about your mother-in-law's tits. You're really worried about that, aren't you?
But I mean, you can't take it back now.
You started it out that way. Are you going to find out what their favorite position is?
No, I probably won't ask.
You won't
him,
ask that?
But
I'll ask your husband at night about his mom and dad.
Oh God, he's gonna be so embarrassed. We were talking about it last night at dinner, and
You really thought I was going to be embarrassed by that? You thought you had
No.
me.
you told me that I wouldn't be able to.
No, you can't.
I don't think that I can.
There's nothing that you can say.
Yeah.
Too much grilling. I mean, I fuck with too many people that I get it back a lot, and I can deflect
Well,
pretty fast.
I can only imagine what Clay Reed has tried to talk to you about.
Oh, we talked about
Not
everything.
even on.
Just
air,
no, he's
just-
not. Michelle probably could embarrass me if she wanted to, and I don't know that she's embarrassed me. 'Cause I was embarrassed when I went to the consultation to the titty doctor. I'm telling you right now, I was so freaking embarrassed. It's one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I mean, I couldn't speak. I was red. I just kept putting my head. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Looking back, why it bothered me, but it really bothered me. And then in that in that waiting room at that hospital, I felt so guilty for praying for titties. I'm telling you, I felt so guilty for that shit. I mean,
That's hilarious.
I mean, I remember there was another lady that she was having gallbladder surgery because I heard them talking to her and stuff. And this poor lady was screaming and shit. I mean, they went back there and she was hurting so bad. And I thought, that lady needs prayers. Michelle's nipples do not need prayers.
I know at Thanksgiving, we did Thanksgiving at Jason's parents' house, and his grandma, she's about your age, about 70.
Okay.
And I don't know how old she really is, but Jason's mom had they're this new, I wouldn't say new, I've seen them before, but they're like those like plates that you stand on and they like vibrate. Have you ever?
You've lost me here.
Okay.
Now.
They're this.
It's a plate.
It's like a platform. Like
Okay.
it's pretty good size. And
Is it supposed to shake your body into
yeah.
shape or something?
I don't
Okay.
exactly
They
know.
used to have these belts that these guys would put on, and it would, and I don't know what the
Yeah.
reason why they've done
I
away
don't-
with them. So
Well, I guess now they're plates.
it's
they
a
have.
platform. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so, Jason's mom she's so proud of this thing, and she's telling everybody, come look at this new machine, blah, blah. Well, we get done eating, and Jason's grandma, out of nowhere, says, "Christy, have you used your vibrator today?" And I have never heard something like that come out of her mouth.
Was she talking about the ear cleaner, or was she talking about the plate she stands on?
She was talking about the plate
Yeah.
she stands on. But I'll just
Granny's
looked at,
70. She knows what a vibrator is, though.
Yeah. But I just looked at Jason's dad and I just busted out laughing. Because, of course, everybody was trying to we didn't hear that play. I was like, hell no, I sure did hear her say that.
I'd have had to repeat it. Granny, what'd you ask now, huh?
Oh, gosh.
So is Jason's dad, you think he's going to be embarrassed about nobody knowing this?
Yes.
So he's not
He
gonna,
gets embarrassed easily.
he's not going to go to work showing people pictures of him.
No.
No.
No. No, I doubt.
Do you think she does?
No. Because it took her a little bit to tell us.
No, yeah,
but she was having done.
I don't know. She probably got there. She probably got her kitty shaved all the way up for this too. See there? You're not going to embarrass me.
No.
You know, I had a guy one time got mad. We talked about him on the podcast. His one of my guides that worked for me for 3 years said that his dad could whip his girlfriend's dad's ass. And boy, of course, I fucking just kept going with that.
Yeah.
The guy called me and was mad that we talked about him getting his ass whooped by his, who turned out to be his ex-boyfriend, his ex-girlfriend, his daughter's ex-boyfriend. Dad was going to whip his ass, but I kept talking about this guy calls me up, cusses me out at the office one day.
Oh my God.
Like, who is this? You talked about me on my podcast about he's going to whoop my ass and all. It's like, oh my God. You need to be bitching at your damn girlfriend, at your daughter's boyfriend for saying it.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the hell you are. So see, this guy might be getting mad talking about his wife's kitty and everything.
No, he won't. He won't.
You know,
they won't even say anything
now,
about it.
You don't think so? So you
No, they'll say something to Jason.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think their friends will find out? Are they active in their church?
No.
No. Do they have neighbors they're really active with?
Yeah.
Like swingers or just like their friends?
No.
Nothing like that?
No swinging that I know of. I hope
You don't
not.
know. This surgery and then maybe she's getting
maybe
pineapples.
That's why.
You never know.
It could be. Well, if we start seeing pineapples around, then we'll know.
She's going to be like, how the hell do you get to win a deal to be on a podcast and you bring me up first thing? Okay, if we got there, anything else you want to ask? Open book right here. This is it.
I don't think so.
You're going to think about something later. You thought, wish I'd asked him.
And then I'll ask you.
You
at
can ask
dinner.
me at dinner tonight. So whatever you have. No, I won't be here at dinner. What's not? I'll be here tonight. Tomorrow night I got a church deal I got to go to. Believe it or not, my granddaughter's in the play, not me. I don't go to church on Wednesdays
I thought
ever.
you did the whole like reading the Bible in a year.
Well, I gave up on about 5 days.
I thought you made it further than 5 days.
I don't know how it. My secretary bought me the Bible of the day, and I still have it sitting next to the bed. I can't get through the first 2 chapters. I've tried and tried. I even told my preacher this the other day. I said, I just cannot read the Bible, and I've tried. And it wasn't my preacher. Somebody else told me, he said, you need to start with Revelations. You need to read it. And maybe I need to, but in 58 years, not 65 or 70, and actually I'm 57, I'll be 58 in 3 months. In 57 years, I get to the same place in the Bible every time. And I just cannot. I don't know what it is. I tried Bible on my phone. I've tried a verse of the day and stuff. And I had a guy chastise me the other day about this because I say this all the time. If you gave me $1 million, I can't tell you a Bible verse.
No.
And this guy chastised me about that. He said, "You call yourself a Christian and you can't."
God.
I said, "Yeah, I think I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I know Jesus died for my sins, and I know I sin a lot, and so thank God He did that. And I thank God every day that His Son died for me. But I'm not a very good Christian. But no, I can't. I can tell you." We were talking yesterday, there's an old show called Car Wash. This guy's got this big fro. His name's TC. And I said, oh, God, this is funny when TC does that. I can remember about TC and Car Wash from 1975, but I can't tell you one Bible verse. I mean, not one. And I lip sync in the middle of it when we do the Lord's Prayer. I mean, I'm about 3 words behind everybody else. And then Michelle gets mad at me when I pray it for meals and stuff, because I always add in stuff, like, God, we could really use some wind today, or please pray for Taylor's mother-in-law. She's fixing to get new titties. I mean, I would say something like that, and then Michelle says, you can't make prayer about funny. But my preacher told me I'm supposed to talk to God the way I talk to my friends.
Yeah.
God's got a sense of humor. We wouldn't have Walmarts or Arkansas. So there you go. I mean, so I don't even know what we were talking about, but yes, I will go to church starting in February. I don't go to church during hunting season because it's on Sunday and we're busy on Sundays.
Yeah. God
knows I need to work and feed my family. And so.
Well, you don't have to go to church every Sunday to.
I like church.
Yeah.
I like the word. I don't like all the hugging bullshit. I don't like the singing crap. That's not it. And my preacher knows that. But I like the word. I could listen. Church, let's say it's an hour. Okay. I don't want it to be 61 minutes. Let's cut this down. 55 to 60 is plenty of time. But at 60 minutes, I would rather have my preacher talk to me for 60 minutes and tell a message than have other mumble jumbo for 15 to 20 minutes. I wish we'd do a group prayer before it starts. Listen, everybody's got someone in here that's got a problem. Prayer. We're going to do a blanket prayer for everybody. God bless them. Now let's get to the boom. That'd be fine with me. Mm-hmm. And I don't like all the hugging bullshit. And I think the reason why is that Michelle was always better looking than I was. So when we'd go to church, all the old men line up to hug her. And then I'm stuck with either the old wives or they don't want to hug me either. So we were good there. So I just let's skip the hugging shit.
Man, they do like to do a lot of hugging.
Yeah, and I'm not. Have you ever been to a Catholic funeral?
No, I have not.
It's like going to yoga class. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Throw some water. Light the fire. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Whole time.
I've heard they're very, very long.
They can be really long, and they've got a script. I think they do the same thing all the time. They just say a lot of stuff in Latin. I don't know what they're saying. I mean, I'm having a hard time in church deciphering anyways. I do not need to throw another language in.
Yeah.
I mean, you really confuse me when you throw other languages in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not bilingual with that. I'm just barely can do English. So let's don't try to fix it up anyway.
Yeah.
But I like church. I do. Mm-hmm. But I know my granddaughter is in a church play for Christmas on Wednesday. So I will not be here Wednesday night, but I will be here tonight, and I'm missing Pips tonight, which is the basketball thing that my grandkids do. Yeah. And they get the grandkids to do. They get the young kids to do that, so more people go to the games. I think it's $5 a kid or $5 a person to get in. So if there's 100 little kids doing it, and 2 grandparents go and 2 parents are making an extra $2,000 every basketball game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there'd be 112 people at the game. Now there's 500. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm skipping that tonight because I need to be here because I've got clients. I do not like missing being at the lodge. If I'm not here, it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I think I drive people crazy, like if I'm home or sick, because I'm on the phone the whole time, wanting to know what's going on.
Well, do y'all have hunters here like every day of the week?
We start dove season September 1st. So the night of August 31st, I have a group of people that will be here. Dove season averages probably 4 nights a week. Like we hunt every weekend, and then we'll do a hunt a lot of times Monday, Tuesday. Like they'll come in Monday night, and they'll be here Monday night, all day Tuesday, and they'll leave Wednesday morning after the hunt. And then sometimes we got groups here Monday through Thursday. So every other week I've got people during a week also. Mm-hmm. And that's all the way through September and October. November 1st gets here, whenever goose season opens. We've got people here from then until Thanksgiving, off Thanksgiving. Sometimes we hunt the day after Thanksgiving. Some days we don't. And then we hunt from then all the way till December 21st, 22nd, whatever that. There's a break of days. And usually it's about the 21st. We shut down for 5 days at Christmas. So we'll be shut down the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And I got people that come in on the 26th. Gotcha. And then we'll hunt for 3 or 4 days. We take off New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I did that when I was younger because I might want to go do something on New Year's Eve. And now that I'm older, I don't want to do nothing on New Year's Eve but sleep. But we take off for 2 days, and then we'll start January 2nd. And that's the longest stretch of the year. That's 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks of solid hunting. And we have people here. We have one Thursday in the middle of January that I didn't book anybody, and it's a day off. So the guides all have a day off that morning, and all the ladies have a night off. I actually have a night off, and the ladies do. Because I don't get a day off. You know, me, Michelle, and Tony are here every single day. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes Michelle won't have meals, but like when y'all leave tomorrow, we don't do lunches on days everybody leaves. Mm-hmm. So there'll be no lunch here tomorrow. But so Michelle will be off tomorrow, and then she's got a church. So Michelle's gonna be off all day tomorrow. But usually she'll get a morning off or an afternoon. Well, I don't ever get that.
Yeah.
So and I like it. It's my choice. But that's why when we take a day off, I get one evening off at least.
Yeah.
And I used to sleep in like my one day. I get to sleep in today. Well, I don't ever sleep in now. It's just, when you get old, you get up early.
Yeah.
The older you get, that's true. That is the honest
for
truth.
Sure.
The older you get, the less sleep is required. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand that. You'd think it would be more.
I don't know.
I get 6 hours of sleep a night. Sometimes 5 or 5.5. It don't bother me. The only time it really hits me will be if I go to, if I only get 3 or 4 hours of sleep for a couple nights. Mm-hmm. And then I'll one day about every 2 weeks I'll sleep, and I can sleep till probably 7:30, 8 o'clock maybe. One time during dove season, we had a stretch where we had people here for like 10 or 12 days in a row. Dove seasons are long days because we don't get home till 11 o'clock at night time because it don't get dark till late. Yeah. And we're still up at 4. And we had about 10 days in a row, and we had a day off, and I slept till like 9:30. And that's the latest I've slept in years, and what was nice.
Yeah.
So you're young, you'll get that sleep. Now you're fixing to have baby, so you're not going to get up then.
Well, all I want to do is sleep all the time right now.
Maybe I feel pregnant because I used to be that way too. I used to sleep all the time too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm tired. I just don't sleep.
It's weird. It's hard to describe the fatigue.
Pregnant women's, that's a tough deal. I'm telling you. Moms have the hardest job in the world. And I'm being very sincere about that. A single mom, my brother was a single dad. And I know how hard it was for him a lot of times. Mm-hmm. Not hard on being it, but just the work, the exhaustion, the fatigue. But a single mom has got the hardest job in the world, and a sick single mom. Mm-hmm. You know, if she gets the flu or the cold, and especially that lady that's having to work just barely to be able to feed her family and stuff, that's the lady I feel sorry for. And that's the people that during Christmas time, it breaks my heart. Mm-hmm. Christmas is a very depressing holiday. I don't know what the statistics is, and I probably should look this up one of these days just because I'm curious, but I'll bet there's more suicides between Thanksgiving and New Year's than there is any other time of the year.
Yeah, we just even with kids have more crisis
during those
situations
times?
During the holidays.
Well, you think about a single mom or a single dad or two parents that are struggling. You know, they just barely can pay their bills. And then they get all this extra put on them at once. Mm-hmm. If they work somewhere that takes care of them, then they get a Christmas bonus, maybe a little bit here or there. But like mom and pop businesses, they don't have a lot of money to pay extra bonuses. They're just barely keeping their doors open anyways. You know, these big people that work these big corporations that get a month bonus, a salary bonus and stuff, that's a good deal. But a lot of these people that struggle, they don't have that. Yeah. And then your kids, and you don't want to disappoint your children. Mm-hmm. It's a hard time for a lot of people.
For sure.
And I think it's gotten worse in the last 20 years because the price of gifts have escalated so much for kids. Because when I was a kid, toys were pretty simple, you know, and they were cost of most, you know. Now you take a gaming system. I'm assuming they're probably $700-800.
Probably, yeah.
The average person, let's say the average person's making $15 an hour, and your kid wants a PS3, and it's going to cost $700, $1,000 time you buy them because then they make you buy extra shit. So you got $1,000 tied up. You're making $15 an hour. That's almost 2 weeks worth of. It is 2 weeks worth of work taking taxes out just to buy your kid one gift. When I was a kid, if you'd have told someone you need to work 2 weeks to buy your kid a gift, they had bullshit on that. Mm-hmm. And so it's a tough deal.
Well, even just the price of bicycles.
Yeah, I bought a bike the other day. They're not about $200.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, wow. I wasn't expecting that one. I thought $89.
We had to buy one this year too for a kiddo we picked up, and I was like, God.
Yep, shit, bikes are expensive. Well, shit's got an expensive taste. You want some Jacks, you know? You know what Jacks are even?
Yeah.
Okay. Kids today don't know what Jacks are. You want an Uno game or something instead?
For real, yeah.
Yeah. You mean you actually got to roll dice and actually move it yourself? Yeah, it's not on a computer board. You do shit yourself if you're playing Monopoly. You ain't doing that. It's not computer shit.
Yeah.
All right, last question. We got to get out of here. What else you got? Anything else?
No.
Well, I hope you've had a good time up here. Congratulations on winning 1,000th. We will be having a 1,500th episode giveaway.
Okay.
And that is going to be probably next year at the rate we're going. We have slowed down on our podcast. Yes, I've had people message me, and listen, until January 26th gets here, we will do as many podcasts as we can. We will kick out our Did You Knows, which is sponsored by Cedar Run Decoys, and we will do as many podcasts as we can during the week. And we will do our football pick'em all the way through, sponsored by Mitch Hall Chevrolet in Haskell. Got to do props to people. But it is harder for us to get them out. We are going to do this podcast this week, and we're going to do a Blake's Farewell Poppy one. So I'll probably cry on that one because I'm going to miss his big fat ass. And anyways, we are going to have a great giveaway this summer with Ducks Unlimited. We will be talking about that before the Ducks Expo. Anyways, Taylor, congratulations. I appreciate you being here. We got your shirt.
You.
It's the 1,000th episode podcast shirt. You can only get them at the lodge. I don't ship any of those out. That's got a picture. And tell you what, if you look at that thing really close, there's really one good looking guy on there, and there's Andy. So just remember that. And I'm
this guy on here looks about 65 or so. This one. Yeah,
some bitches getting old, boy. Old and wise. That's what it is. Old and wise. Right, Ollie dog. I'm old and wise, ain't a bud. All right. Thank y'all for listening to us. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. If you know somebody in need and you can help them, please help them out. Take them to some dinner or something at least. It's the most depressing time for so many folks. Anybody that's lost a loved one or got their ass dumped or whatever happened, those people, a lot of those are going through some really hard times. So anyways, check on your neighbors. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Please don't drink and drive. See ya.